Morning, guys. I just thought, you know what? I'm already crying an instant. I just wanted to do this video because obviously can't even speak is not a good start, is it? What's happened this weekend with Caroline Flack? It's just horrendous, and people who know me know that I've been fighting for over 2 years now against the Daily Mail because they wrote something massively damaging and untrue about myself. Now that's fine, by the way. I go to court next week. Like, I've already won, I'm just saying. But twice I felt so trapped that I did try to take my own life twice because of the press, because of the Daily Mail, Mail on Sunday. And that quite clearly is what's happened to Caroline, obviously on a much bigger scale, so it was inevitable. You know, there's so many celebrities that have felt this pressure, and it's not just celebrities. This is the thing that people don't understand. The press are writing lies about real normal people as well. I'm not a celebrity. You know what I mean? I'm just a little single mum from Leeds with a little business that I run from my home. Do you know what I mean? So they'll write bullshit about anyone if it sells stories, and the problem is the way that society is now and social media is now. People fucking love it. People love sharing anything negative and commenting on it and digging the fucking, you know, sticking the knife in while they can. So many people in Leeds and around Leeds especially were sharing the article about me and commenting on it, making out the new me, and there were people I'd never met. They weren't customers, there were people I'd never met. A lot of them have salons and stuff in Leeds, and they loved it because they saw it as an opportunity. They thought, you know, pissing on my fire would make their fire burn brighter. Well, it doesn't, and it could happen to you as well. So, like, people need to be careful, you know. You need to be careful when you're doing things like that and trying to put somebody in a victimised position, especially when you don't even know the person. It's fucking crazy. Like, what is wrong with people? And that is what's happened. And that is what's happened to Caroline Flack. Like, yeah, you all might think you know her because she's famous, but you don't know her. You didn't know how she'll have been feeling. You didn't know what happened that night with her boyfriend, and it certainly wasn't bad enough that she should have had to take her own life. So, yeah, just something's got to change. Something's got to change with the media, with the press, and with people, starting with yourselves. You know, like, you can't just go sharing shit on Facebook. So many times I see people sharing stuff about paedophiles and this and that and rapists, and if you don't know, if you weren't there, you shouldn't be fucking sharing it, because you can't believe what you read in the newspaper. You cannot believe what you read in the newspaper. You think you can because you think, well, it's a newspaper, they're not gonna lie. Yes, they do. Like, wake the fuck up. Yes, they do. So all that happened with Caroline and her boyfriend, one, it's none of our business, and two, we don't even know if it's true. Absolutely insanity. But yeah, obviously it has hit hard because that could be me. And I wouldn't have got the media coverage that she's got, but my son would have not had a mum because of the UK press. So people need to open their eyes. People need to open their eyes. These tabloid newspapers, they are not honest. Okay? They have no idea about accuracy. They just want to sell a newspaper. And the problem is, when they write bullshit about people like me and you, like normal people, there's almost fuck all you can do about it. I felt really, really lucky getting the support that I have. And it was literally like the biggest fluke ever how I got my lawyer. I phoned more than 50 lawyers in the beginning and nobody would take my case on. And I was telling the truth. Like, you think, well, yeah, if you're telling the truth, someone's going to bite your hand off and take your case. No, they won't, because media law is just a fucking minefield. It's just fucked. You just need to think about what you're sharing, guys. You need to think about what you're sharing and what you're commenting, and ask yourself, who the fuck are you to judge anybody? Like, this could literally happen to anybody. It is such an easy downward slope with mental health. Like, you have to claw so hard to just stay where you are and not fall any further. And that's obviously what she's done. She's just been clawing and clawing, and the press have just made that slope steeper and steeper. Something needs to change. Something drastically needs to change. The regulator of the newspapers, it's called IPSO, and it stands for Independent Press Standards Organisation. You know, this Independent Press Standards is owned, it was started, it is funded, and the board of directors are all bigwigs in the newspapers. There is no one independent there. No one. And the government, the only party in government that don't want to change that, don't want to get the press regulated, is the Tories. All the other parties want to change it. All of them want to do this thing called Leveson Part 2, which will get the press and the police regulated better. And the government don't want that to happen. The Tories, the Conservatives do not want that to happen. All the other parties, every single other party in Parliament wants that change. But the Tories don't, because the press write bullshit that makes you think the Tories are good. It's so fucking corrupt. And there's so many celebrities that have killed themselves over mental health, that have been harassed by the press. There'll be so many normal people that suffer massively with mental health because of the press. But you don't hear about them because it would be so much easier to just sweep it under the carpet and hope people stop talking about it. And it was tempting for me to do that. Really tempting, but I had to prove myself. And I have proved myself twice now. I've proved myself once with IPSO and once in media law as well, which is what I'm going for next week. Something's got to change, guys. Now, there's an organisation, a campaign called Hacked Off. Hugh Grant is on the board of directors as well for that. And they have been amazing. Like, an amazing support for me and for anyone else that's like being a victim of press abuse, basically. So I just want to put that in there to get